I often come down here just to clear my mind a little bit. Doesn't take long. It's very peaceful down here, and lots of ideas sort of pop into my head when I'm wandering around here. Albatross Bay is something that's been in my head for a long time. I wrote an album called Albatross Bay about 8 years ago now, something like that, and it was all about fathers and sons, and it was inspired by a book and a film about fathers and sons, The Mosquito Coast by Paul Theroux. And it really started me thinking about my relationship with my father. It was quite difficult in many respects. We did find it hard to sort of communicate, to talk to each other, because we were both very different people. My father was a very pragmatic, no nonsense kind of a guy. Black and white. I'm much more what some people would term arty-farty, and I'm very emotional, and the world is loads of different shades of black, white, greys. I never really know which colour I'm looking at one point. Dad once said to me that, you think too much. And he's probably right. The thing is, he didn't really think at all. Not in an analytical way at all. And that was the problem. He couldn't really see me. He couldn't see all the different shades and hues, if you like, of me. And I couldn't see the issues that he had. The simplicity of knowing that he had to pay for a house, he had to pay for a car, he had to pay for us to eat, and those are simplicities. You have to eat, you have to live, you have to have a house over you, a roof over your head. The thing is, it's very easy to criticise, and I did. I criticised my father for a long time. I wrote songs about him and how about how we didn't get on and how I didn't like him. But the thing is, when you have your own children, all the decisions that your parents make become so much more, you understand them so much more. And I can understand now why Dad made the decisions he made, why he did the things he did. Because I'm doing exactly the same thing now. So this book is kind of an understanding, coming to terms with the things he did, the things I did, and why things were the way they were. And these days, when I have to sort of tell my son off, I have to tell him, no, you can't throw that frisbee at Daddy's head again. And he gets upset. I can see it. I can see myself in his eyes. But at the same time, I can see my father. And so at those difficult moments, I find myself being caught in three worlds. My son's, my world, and my father's. I used to think that Dad was not a nice guy, I didn't like him. But that was my issue, not his. Because what I realise now is that he was a good man doing the best he could. And the funny thing is, I don't see Dad very often anymore. I don't really hear from him that often. We don't really keep in touch. But the funny thing is, I think I love him more now than I ever did. It's almost as if in writing this book I have tried to give back some of the love that was given to me that I never fully reciprocated. So in that respect, it's probably something of an apology. It's quite a simplistic book. The language is very simple. It's quite a short book. It's a little novella in essence, only about 80 pages. And it's like a little folk tale. But it's told from the point of view of a little boy. And it was very easy for me to go back and inhabit that little boy's character, the fear he had of his father, the fear he had of this father's temper, but also the longing to be accepted by his father. For years, that's what I tried to do. I wanted Father to sort of say, oh, there you are. It's set in Cape Horn, the seas around Cape Horn, which are some of the most isolated parts of the world. It's a very tumultuous weather down there. It's very isolated, and that was the perfect setting for the childhood that this little boy has in the book. It's tumultuous, and he feels isolated. And in the book there's not a lot of dialogue. The father and son converse in very short sentences. It's very sparse. And again, I suppose that's based on the relationship I had with Dad. We never really spoke or really talked. We just conversed in, single words. Yes, no, sorry was the one that I used to use a lot. But I used to want to just get on a boat like that and just sail away. The thing is, you sail away, but you still take your demons with you.
My father raised the sails and cried out for the wind. I had 2 hands at the helm. The surf burned my skin. We rode these waves for years in o'er 1,000 dawns, till the sea turned against us and the waves round Cape Horn. Fathers and sons, take boats from the shore, casting their nets in defiance of the storm. Fathers and sons, cast the oars aside, and they let the waters decide. My father held me close, sheltered in his cloak, while a darkened sea drew the teeth to the boats. And in my simple safety, I began to mourn the father I held as we sailed round Cape Horn. Fathers and sons, take boats from the shore, casting their nets in defiance of the storm. Fathers and sons, cast the oars aside, and they let the waters decide. dire need with a father I failed. But tugging at my cloak, a child stands at dawn. So I set sail again for the turning of Cape Horn. Fathers and sons take boats from the shore, casting their nets in defiance of the storm.